Hello, your graces. Lady Diana Skipwith here. Look around you. You're dressed in the finery of the past. You know your history. But tonight, I want to take you deeper than the pageantry. I want to take you into the very heart of the Tudor winter. Forget your tiny Christmas trees and your one-day affairs. For the Tudors, Christmas was not a single day. It was an ecstatic, slightly unhinged 12-day feast. It all began on Christmas Eve, but the main event, the spirit of the season, was not piety. It was joyful anarchy. In every great household, a figure was appointed, the Lord of Misrule. This man, often a servant, a minor courtier, or a student, was given absolute mock authority to organise the revels, fine people for minor infractions, and generally turn the established order upside down. It was a safety valve, the one time of year the common folk could mock their betters and the sternest noblemen had to play along. Imagine Henry VIII himself stomaching a joke about his waistline, all because the Lord of Misrule commanded it. It was loud, it was chaotic, it was essential. Now let's talk about the feast. If you thought your Christmas dinner was elaborate, imagine a royal kitchen working for 12 days straight. Forget turkey, that was an American novelty. Here, the centerpiece was a boar's head, brought in with great ceremony, adorned with rosemary and bay. But the real spectacle, that was the subtleties. These were sugar paste and marzipan sculptures, edible architecture. You'd have detailed ships, battling armies, maybe a famous scene from history, all made of sweet stuff. They weren't just food, they were a conversation starter, a sign of the host's immense wealth. And to wash it down was sail. A huge bowl of hot, spiced ale, roasted apples floating in it, passed around for shared toasts, a symbol of communal health. This wasn't a quick meal, it was a performance, a dazzling display of abundance in the dead of winter. When the food was cleared, the games began. They didn't have Monopoly, they had blind man's buff and hoodman's blind. They had singing and elaborate masks, costumed dances where the courtiers played mythological figures, and of course they had gifts. But they were exchanged on New Year's Day, not Christmas Day, and they were often expensive, politically charged tokens meant to remind the recipient of their bond to the giver. But the end, ladies and gentlemen, was sharp. All this feasting, all this chaos, all this magnificent disorder had to stop. And it did, on the 12th night, January 5th. This was the final, enormous party. A king bean was found in a special cake, giving one lucky person the right to rule the party for the final few hours. And then, on January 6th, the Epiphany, it was all over. The Lord of Misrule was dismissed. The subtleties were gone. The music stopped. The nobility went back to their state affairs, and the common people went back to the hard graft of winter. The memory of the feast was all that sustained them until spring. It was a glorious, all-consuming flame that burned bright for 12 days and then vanished, leaving only a warming echo. That was the Tudor Christmas. Loud, lavish, and a necessary break from a very, very hard life. Until next time, go make someone smile.